All right, you are now listening to IPL Radio. We are down at the Rotary Community Market down at Calista Oval here, and Joy has stopped by for a bit of a chat. How you doing, Joy?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, good. You enjoying your day so far?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, come down to check out a few stalls and maybe a bit of music and stuff?
Yeah, looking at the cars as well. They're quite nice.
Oh, right. Which cars? I haven't noticed any cars around, is there?
Down there near the Ferry Floss truck, whatever.
That's all right. Bit of a car club or something, is it? Or?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, nice. And anything else you've been down here to check out?
Nah, not really. Just walking up and down, and yeah.
That's all right. There's a few nice food trucks and stuff to check out, a few nice market stalls. And I've heard that you might be looking at getting on board at IPL Radio and maybe starting a show.
Yeah.
Anything in particular, any particular topics you like to talk about?
50s, 60s and 70s music.
Really?
Yeah.
You're quite young. How old are you?
12.
Right, 12 years old, but into music from the 50s, 60s and 70s?
Yes.
Right, where did that passion start from?
Oh, well, I don't know really. It's just, well, Daddy used to put on some videos on YouTube and stuff and, listen to them. I was like, oh, that's not too bad and stuff. And then after that, because favourite band at the time was the Easy Beats. Still are, actually. And,
the Easy Beats? Yeah,
and I found this show at the library on DVD called Brian Henderson's Bandstand, which was a TV show from 1958 to 1972 where they show all these musicians and stuff. They'd lip-sync their songs, or sometimes they'd play them live because that was the technology back then.
Yeah, right. Working with limited resources back then. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard of Bandstand before, so a little bit of Dad's influence there.
But yeah.
No, good stuff. So the Easy Beats, any other sort of bands from that era that sort of make it into your top 10 list?
Oh, the Beatles.
Yeah, right.
Normie Rowe, Patsy Ann Noble. I could go on all day.
Yeah, right. Oh, awesome. And the Beatles, I've just heard the Beatles have released a new song. Are you up to date with that?
Yes, I've heard it a couple of times.
So I've heard they used AI or something?
Yeah.
Or John Lennon is still a part of it somehow?
Yes.
Right. So do you know how they've managed to achieve that?
I can kind of explain it, but I can't because I don't know too much information about it.
Yeah, right. I was wondering if it was like sort of they just produced John Lennon's vocals with AI, or if it was something he had pre-recorded before he passed away, or?
I think it was recorded in 1974.
Right.
And then a couple of years later, I think it might have been the 90s, Yoko Ono, which was John Lennon's second wife, rang up George Harrison and said, "Oh, I think I've got this recording of John." And then
right, that's where it came from.
Started to try and get together, and then they had to toss it because in the 90s they didn't really have the technology to do that sort of stuff. And then
of course.
And then a couple months ago, about a month ago, whatever, when it was released, watched this video where Paul put the bass on and Ringo put the drums on to the song.
Oh, wow. So technology's finally caught up and now they're able to make the most of this little track that John Lennon recorded back then.
It's the last Beatles song ever.
Right.
And it's hit #1 in the UK now.
Oh, of course it would be. They'd be eating it up. There's still a lot of Beatles fans that would love to hear any new content from them, especially having them sort of all together in one track.
Yeah.
So, oh, no, that's amazing. And so you want to do a show basically featuring music from that era?
Yes.
No, that's cool. And being 12 years old, you must have to sort of work that around school.
Oh, yeah.
Whereabouts do you go to school?
Atwell College.
Oh, right. And what's it like there?
It's good. I mean, you've got good people, good friends and stuff. I mean, you always get the annoying people as well, which can be, irritating and stuff. And
yeah, that's life, There's always a few out there.
And there's so many tests you've got to do, which is just high school anyway, and it's part of the curriculum too. And I've got an exam in a couple of weeks.
Right,
which
getting close to the end of the year. So. Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's something for you to look forward to, but I suppose at least it's wrapping up towards the end of the year, so you got the
maths exam.
Christmas holidays to look forward to and stuff. Any plans over the Christmas holidays?
No, not really.
No? That's all right. Give you a bit of time to catch up on some music from the 50s, 60s and 70s and maybe plan out your show for IPL.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by for a chat. It's been lovely to get to know a little bit about you, and I hope you enjoy your rest of the day here down at the Rotary Community Fair they've put together, and check out some of the things. There's been a few interesting stalls I've had a quick walk around and checked out, so thanks heaps for stopping by.
Thanks.
Not a problem. We've just been talking with Joy, who is potentially looking at coming on board at IPL and starting a sort of retro music 50s, 60s, 70s show. So you have to keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, I'll let you go for now and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You
Not
too.
a problem. Bye. All good? Yep, sweet. All right, we are down here at the Rotary Community Fair at Callista Oval, and we are joined by Suzanne from the Kwinana Senior Citizen Centre. Just talking about some events going on to get seniors out and involved with community and stuff, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. Where's this taking place, Suzanne?
We have it on Medina, opposite, next to Medina Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. And what sort of events are going on there that people can get involved in?
We have bingo on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
They have dancing. I think it's on Monday and Wednesdays. There's snooker. There's darts.
I was just seeing some carpet bowls. What's the
Carpet
carpet bowls?
bowls.
So is that like lawn bowls
Yes,
but on
inside.
carpet?
Yes, inside.
Oh,
yeah.
excellent. No,
Yeah.
good stuff. And at Medina Hall, is there like
It's not in Medina Hall. It's next to it.
next to Medina Hall?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
got
yes.
ya.
You'll see it there. Over 55s, you know.
Yeah, right. And what sort of time of day does this run?
Bingo starts at 1:45 and goes till 3:30.
Yeah.
4 o'clock, you know.
And prizes to be won at the bingo? That's what people are always interested in.
Well, there's money, you know, if you get the house or four corners, you know.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good stuff. And you play a bit of bingo yourself?
Oh, yes, I play every Wednesday.
Yeah, right. And you were saying a bit of Tai Chi and stuff as well?
Things
Yeah,
like that.
right. To help with a
Dancing.
bit of balance and movement and stuff like
Yes,
that, and flexibility.
There's line dancing in the mornings and that, you know.
Right. And you get a good turnout there?
Oh, quite well.
Good
well.
community involvement?
Oh, yes.
No, that's
Yeah.
excellent. I think that's definitely what people need in their lives, is a bit more involvement in the community and get out. And
That's right.
sometimes they don't realise that there's events going on in their local neck of the woods that might be a bit of fun for them to get involved in. So
Yes.
this sounds like a great little thing that you're organising here, and I wish you all the best with it. But thanks for stopping by and having a bit of a chat.
Yes.
I hope that a lot of people get your message and you get a great turnout, because it definitely sounds like you're doing a good thing there.
Okay, then. Thank you very, very much.
Not a problem. Thanks for your time, Susan.
Okay, bye.
No worries, bye. All right, we are down at the Rotary Community Fair at Callista Oval here in Kwinana, and Gay has stopped by for a bit of a chat. How you doing, Gay?
Really well. Love the Kwinana Festival.
Oh, it's beautiful. Plenty of people out today. I think there's about 140 odd stalls here, so plenty for people to get down and check out. What are you doing here?
Today I'm here for Scales Community Legal Centre, so I'm the manager there.
Yep.
Just raising awareness of the service and the sort of things that we do.
What sort of services does Scales provide?
So we provide free legal services to people from Kwinana and Rockingham who wouldn't otherwise be able to access legal services. So often they are disadvantaged, vulnerable. We have certain groups that we prioritise. The sort of work that we do is tenants, so with the housing squeeze at the moment, people need to keep their tenancies, so that's important work.
Right.
Separating families, family law stuff, family violence.
Yeah.
That's
So
about
these are, you're not just separating families for the fun of it. These
No,
are
no.
families that are obviously going through some turmoil that need to
we-
be separated and
we
done in
didn't
the right
start
way.
it, no.
No,
so,
yeah, good stuff.
so just help them, resolve the issues, the arrangements for the kids and things like that. Sometimes they need a bit of help to do that.
I can see you wearing a shirt that says "Time to Stop Domestic Violence." So I
Absolutely.
imagine that has a big impact on a lot of the families that you deal with, and would be
Indeed.
one of the contributing factors to why you need to find safe accommodation
Yeah.
for the non-violent parent and
Yeah.
the children, of course, because I think it's most important that children get protected and given
Absolutely.
a stable foundation that they can grow up.
Yeah,
So.
we actually get quite a lot of funding for family violence. We have a family violence unit that was funded in 2018,
Yeah, right.
and it's quite remarkable. Having been in the sector for 26 years, it's what we've been asking for a long time. So the
Wow.
family violence unit includes admin support,
Yeah.
lawyers, a client advocate who's a social worker who works with the women on the non-legal matters, a counsellor and a financial counsellor. So a woman can come into our service experiencing family violence and can work with quite a number of different services within the unit. And then beyond that, the broader practice where we've got tenant advocates and family lawyers and other lawyers doing other work. So
Right. So sort of every step along the way
Yeah.
that they need into finding them
Yeah,
safe, stable
yeah.
accommodation.
yeah, right. Well, we don't do accommodation,
Right.
but we do tenancy, so we can try and help someone
them
stay
maintain
in
their tenancy.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, got
yeah.
ya. Okay, and I imagine that you would also help victims of domestic violence find places to stay. I know there are a few houses that...
Well, we work very closely with the local women's refuge, and with their crisis accommodation and with their outreach support services. We participate in the Rockingham Kwinana Safe Family Alliance, so we do a lot of work in that area. The women and children who come to us are often at high risk, so we do a little bit of a risk assessment when they come in, and we talk to them about safety plans.
Yeah.
So there's lots of work that we do. Yeah.
And do you find that sometimes women, even though they're in a really bad situation, are reluctant to sort of leave the home, even though it's not a safe environment for them?
Yeah, well, often women want the violence to stop,
So, of course, that would be the ideal situation.
It's the person who chooses to use violence needs to think about what they're doing to their family, to their children, the impacts on their children.
Yeah, and is sort of counselling an option when it comes to that, or is it more just sort of finding a safe place to start with and then...
Well, when they come to us, the first thing we do is a risk assessment, and we work out what the risk is. People will be told, get a restraining order, but it may not be the safest option.
Right.
It might not be what they need today.
Yeah.
So we have a look and we prioritise the issues that they come in with and what they need. As I say, we do have the counselling service.
Not every situation is the same, and various situations can be very unique and need a very unique sort of approach.
That's right, yeah. So it's interesting. One of the other services that we've just had 2 outreach services restart post-COVID. Everything seems to be getting back to normal, thank goodness.
Yep.
So we've got a older people's rights service coming once a month.
Yeah.
So that's for older people who are at risk of or experiencing elder abuse. So that's family violence as well.
Yeah. And so this can be sometimes their own children that are their carers as they get into their senior years, and sometimes abusing them, and maybe taking liberties with their finances and stuff like that.
Yes, it's often financial.
Yeah.
And the Older People's Rights Service come down once a month, so they're metro-wide but based in the northern suburbs. So they come down, they can visit homes if it's safe, they can come to our office.
Yeah.
And we can work with the older person to work out what they need. They also do help with enduring powers of attorney and enduring powers of guardianship. So that's if someone gets unwell and unable to express what they want to happen. They've appointed someone who can look after their interests.
Speak on their behalf.
Yeah, but often with elder abuse, the people who are experiencing it, they don't want the police involved. They don't want the courts involved.
Right.
They want to resolve the issue. It's not... While there are at the extreme end, you may get police involved. It might be, in this day and age, often it's an adult child who might have moved home because they've lost their own housing.
Yeah.
They may have alcohol and drug issues. They may have mental health issues, so they've come home to mum and dad because they need to. And it's just not working well.
And the elder person doesn't necessarily want to call the police on them, but they definitely need to resolve the situation.
Yeah, and if you've got a mental health issue, it might be that they need... The Older People's Rights Service might be engaging with the mental health service to support the person who's living with the older people. So, the solutions may not be working with the older people so much as bringing in the rest of the family, saying, "Hey, Billy's not well."
In misbehaviour, and sort of helping them to start with as well. And I imagine it might be an occurring problem where senior citizens or people in their older years aren't so tech savvy. And I know it's always easy to find these sort of services online. How do you sort of get the information out to the people in these situations where they may be getting abused by potentially younger family members?
So I come to fairs. That's my sport.
Yep.
We try to get out to the autumn centres. So there's an age-friendly network in Rockingham and Kwinana as well. So there are networks where services get together and we let people know. So I rely more on other services to tell to pass the
Right.
word on.
Yep. Sort of
rather
spread the word through that
yeah.
network and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and-
it's really hard to advertise because you're not getting the people that you're targeting necessarily. When you advertise, you get someone who's probably able to read the paper, able to afford something, can advocate for themselves.
yeah.
So I'm about to start going around to the older people's, the seniors centre in Kwinana, the
Yeah.
autumn centre,
Yeah.
and meet with them and hobby groups and other services that older people are participate in.
Try and
and having
directly
a
get
chat
that
to them,
engagement
yeah.
with people that might otherwise be a
Yeah.
little bit isolated
Yeah.
and struggling to get that contact.
And the Older People's Rights Service do that too, and they have a peer education program, which we had a few years ago, but we didn't get continuing funding for it. But
Right.
because these guys have a critical mass of services, they were able to continue the peer education program. So that was really successful because that's you and me having a chat. How you going? What have you been up to? Oh, I did this course and I did this peer education stuff about elder abuse. Did you know that if you're going to sell your house and build a granny flat on the back, that you need to make sure that there's a family agreement so that you're on the title of the kids, so that you
Right.
don't get caught out if they split up.
Yeah,
And-
of course.
And just conversations like that about things that are risky. Most people don't start out expecting to exploit an older person.
yeah.
It might be, oh, I'm short of petrol and I'm doing Nana's shopping. I'll grab $50 out of her bank to get fuel,
Yeah.
and it can graduate.
It seems reasonable at the time and in the moment, and then just sort of grows from there.
Yes,
And like you just
yes.
mentioned, there might be families put a granny flat out the back, and then all of a sudden the family breaks up, and
Yeah.
the elderly person's left not knowing what to do and without any stability.
Well, if they're
So
not on the title of the property, no, they get
Yeah.
left and they've lost all their
I imagine it can
life
be
savings.
pretty awkward conversations to bring up sometimes, like
Indeed.
what sort of security is this person going to have, but definitely conversations that need to be
That's
need
right.
to be had. And I suppose it's important to sort of teach people how to broach
Yeah.
these conversations
Yeah,
to make
they
sure
are-
that they're in the right spot.
They aren't easy conversations, but if you have them early and often enough.
Yeah,
The other service that I want to talk about
Yep.
is the Consumer Credit Legal Service are coming down and doing a mortgage stress outreach clinic once a fortnight at Scales.
Right.
So
what does that involve?
Consumer Credit Legal Service is a specialist service dealing with people who have disputes with financial institutions, and
Yeah.
also they do advice on Australian consumer law.
Right.
Now, this region, as a mortgage belt, out of metropolitan area, lots of young families have built houses because it's cheaper to get into building a house than it is to buy established.
Yep.
There's a mortgage cliff they're talking about, which is people fixed their mortgage at a certain interest rate
rate.
for a certain period.
Amount of time, but that's about to change.
And that's a lot of them are coming to an end.
Yeah.
So
we're already
there's-
getting the people on variable rates that are dealing
That's
with the
right.
interest rate slowly
Yeah.
being pushed up, even if
Yeah.
it's just 25 basis points or something
Yeah.
at a time. Eventually it gets to the point where the straw breaks the camel's back.
Indeed.
But there's
and
the people on the fixed ones that have not had to worry about the variable rates, but that comes to an end,
Yeah.
and they're looking at potentially making a jump of a couple of hundred basis points,
That's right.
basically overnight,
absolutely.
which will
and
have a big impact on a lot of families.
And there was an expectation, I think, that would happen now. But what Bev Joel, who's the CEO of Consumer Credit Legal Service, was saying yesterday is that what's happening at the moment is people are relying on the payday lending, on the Easy Pay. I don't know the names of them. 'cause
Zip
I don't
Pay
know.
and
Zip
stuff
Pay,
like
Yes,
that.
those sort of things.
Yeah.
So they're, instead of buying a nice pair of shoes on Zip Pay, they're buying their groceries on Zip Pay.
Wow.
So while they're prioritising their payments at the moment, the housing payments, because they know how important, in the next 3 months, it's likely that they're going to have used all their resources, all their spare, and then they're going to be
They're
in
not even
strife.
going to have a zip pay or afterpay option.
That's
just to
right.
do something as simple as
Yeah.
getting groceries.
Yeah, so what I want
Wow.
to say to people is, if you've missed a payment, if you think you're going to miss a payment, if you've had a notice from the bank,
Yeah.
give us a call or give Consumer Credit Legal Service a call.
Get onto these services early in the
Absolutely.
piece before it gets
or a
out of
financial
hand.
counsellor. A financial counsellor is a free service that's based in a not-for-profit service rather than a financial advisor who talks to you about
Yeah.
investing in
Because I
millions.
imagine there would be sometimes a lot of legal jargon in these financial institutions that not the average person would pick up on, but
Yeah.
the services that you're talking about would be able to speak on their behalf to
that's
these
right,
financial
yeah.
services
So
and
that-
maybe look at options that people weren't
That's
aware
right,
of.
and that might be interest only instead of
Paying off the primary.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. It might be a payment honeymoon. There's lots of different options that someone who knows what they're talking about can do. We don't do that work in our day-to-day business, but
Yeah.
having consumer credit specialist solicitors come down is just a remarkable opportunity. And there's no shame in this. This is something, you know, you ask early, you don't wait until the bank's knocking on your door and saying, give us your house back. You know, there's no shame in asking for help. That's what we're here for. We're funded by the government to help people who are who are struggling.
Yeah, absolutely, and people need to get onto it early, and hopefully you can raise awareness and let people know that these services are there. So, because I imagine that these financial breakdowns of families can then often contribute to ongoing other things that we've mentioned of domestic violence and elder abuse, and they all
There's a
sort
lot
of
of
go
stress.
hand in hand. So,
Yeah, a lot of stress, a lot of stress in the community, a lot of intersecting issues. So no one comes in with just a simple problem. We've got to look at the person and the issues.
More
we
of a
we endeavour
holistic
to-
approach.
Yeah, absolutely. It's much better that way.
yeah, absolutely. Well, it sounds like you're doing some really good work there, Gay, and it's really inspirational everything you're doing. And I hope you get to reach and help a lot of people with everything.
Thanks.
You're doing.
I'll give you the consumer credit legal service number, but you can
Yeah, absolutely.
which is right here in front of me. 9221 7066.
Yep.
So that's a consumer credit legal service, or you can give us a call. Scales numbers 95500 400. So people can call us and we'll refer you on to the right service. Give us
point
a
you
call.
in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't hurt to make a phone call, you know,
No, that's
especially if
right.
you're
There's
in
no shame.
times of just it getting to where you may feel you would be in a pinch. The best time to do it is early and sort of get ahead of the game. So
You're right.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I might let you go and spread the good word and enjoy the rest of your day here at the fair, and try and stay out of the sun. It's starting to warm up a little bit. So
It's beautiful, isn't it?
yeah, absolutely. Getting plenty of people down here. So it's been great chatting with you, Gay. And I hope that you get to help a lot of people with the services you're providing.
Thanks very much.
Not a problem. All right, we are down at the Rotary Community Fair here at Callista Oval in Kwinana. We've just noticed Akshaya doing a little bit of busking here in between some of the stalls and stuff, and we pulled you aside. How you doing, Akshaya?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, very good. I noticed you singing and stuff. What sort of songs are you singing?
Well, you may know the artist Olivia Rodrigo. I sang lots of her songs and a few of one of Pink's songs.
Oh, right. Yeah, a couple of very well-known people there. Olivia Rodrigo is a very current artist. A few great songs that she's got there.
Yeah.
How long have you been singing for?
Well, I've gotten better at singing maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, but I've always been singing like since I was like really young.
As early as you can remember, you've always had a passion for singing, but just sort of starting to get out in front of people now. And
Yeah.
yeah, right. And enjoying it so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you going sort of building the confidence? Must take a lot of confidence to go out and sort of be busking in front of people.
Yeah, at the start I was like pretty scared. I actually started crying, but I feel like once I went up there, see all these beautiful people like singing and stuff, that gained more confidence.
No, that's awesome. It's beautiful, you know, that you can sort of overcome that and build a bit of resilience and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's all. And how old are you? You seem
I'm
pretty young.
I'm 10 years old.
Only 10 years old and already out there singing for the crowd. Good stuff. And how are you finding? Are you getting good responses?
Not
much at the moment, but
Nah,
getting there?
yeah.
Just sort of getting attention and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Definitely good to get out there and sort of build your confidence and stuff like that. So, and who are your favourite? You said that you're singing some Olivia Rodrigo, but who are your favourite artists at the moment?
Well, I have 3 main ones, like Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, and obviously Olivia Rodrigo, yeah.
Yeah, right. Cool. Good stuff. And do you do much singing at school and stuff like that?
Well, there's this thing, it's Australia's biggest choir called One Big Voice.
Yeah.
So I got a solo there, so that was pretty big for me.
Wow.
So
You
yeah.
got a solo there for Australia's biggest choir. That must have been a few people contending for that spot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. No, you got a great voice and stuff. And what are you down here for today? Just down here to do a bit of busking and stuff? Or are you here checking out the stalls as well?
Yeah, busking, a bit of looking around and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And is it just here? Like, have you been busking other places?
I've only busked one other time near Woolworths in Wellard.
Yep.
So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Getting out there and getting known and, yeah, a career that you're keen to pursue and get into.
Yeah, hopefully it works out, but yeah.
And do you have much formal training when it comes to singing, or?
I go to singing lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that sort of helping you develop and stuff like that?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
increasing your range and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
I hope to see many good things from you coming in the future because you've got a great voice and you're building that confidence and getting out there. So I imagine we will see you topping the charts in no time.
Thank you.
Not a problem. You enjoy the rest of the day around the fair. Plenty of things for you to go and check out as well. So make the most of it and try and stay out of the sun a little bit. It's starting to warm up, yeah?
Yeah.
So, beautiful. And we'll probably have to get you on air down at the radio station sometime. Maybe you could do a live set for us and we can be a part of your journey.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Thanks so much for stopping by. You enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
No worries. Bye.